Hey there guys, how's it going? Welcome to my top 5 all-time Call of Duty pistols, and as always I want to hear what your favourites are, so leave a comment down below with any that I missed out on, or maybe even leave your whole top 5 list and we'll see what's popular. Don't forget to smash the like button as well if you do enjoy this countdown, and let's get started with, of course, the honourable mentions. First honourable mention goes to the G18. This is a machine pistol that was first seen in Modern Warfare 2. It made an appearance in Modern Warfare 3, but I've got really cool memories of the Modern Warfare 2 versions. They had a little bit less recoil, and you could run them akimbo and just absolutely mow down people. Of course, Modern Warfare 2 was quite overpowered with the secondaries, and of course you'll probably see one or two more in this countdown. But this one was one that was really strong, but I felt not quite good enough, or maybe not quite nostalgic enough to make my top 5. So G18's very strong, especially akimbo steady aim in Modern Warfare 2, and that's my first honourable mention. Second honourable mention goes to the FMG9s from Modern Warfare 3, and I know that this is probably the most powerful secondary and most OP thing that's ever been in Call of Duty in terms of a pistol, machine pistol. However, I do feel like it's almost like too overpowered, too cheap to really be considered one of the classic pistols. You know, it had to have a nerf, and similar to how I didn't put the Akimbo Model 18s in the top 5 shotguns, that was an honourable mention as well. It's going to be the same with the FMG9s. Of course, they were absolutely ridiculous, huge amount of firepower, deadly accurate. I mean, I'm sure most of you guys know there was a time, especially in Warfare 3, where these things were so rampant online because they were so strong and they were really looked down upon. So I'm going to put them in as an honourable mention. Not my favourite because they were so cheap, but they're worth putting in here because they were just so beast. So honourable mention to the FMG9. Number 5 for me goes for the TAC-45 from Black Ops 2. Now, of course, the Black Ops 2 pistol was very strong, and as I'm sure most of you know, I got gold and diamond camo for all the weapons in Black Ops 2, so I know them all very well, and I knew that pistols wouldn't be too hard, but the TAC-45 was just such a beast. It surprised me. I mean, obviously, there's some other pistols that are in this countdown as well that were strong in that game, but damn, the TAC-45, I could just wreck people with this thing. It definitely competes with the primary weapons, especially if you've got good accuracy, and it had really good range, because not only did it have high range, or high damage at range should I say, but it also had barely any recoil, so you could pick people off from a long way away. So number 5, an awesome handgun, well worth being in the top 5, the TAC-45 from Black Ops 2. Number 4 goes to another Black Ops 2 pistol, a machine pistol. This is the CAP-40, and I don't really need to say much, limited to how the FMG9s were a little bit ridiculously overpowered. These weren't quite as ridiculous as the FMG9s, but they were banned from competitive. They were nerfed, or should I say it was, depending if you have them akimbo or not, but you could go akimbo with these things. And it was just ridiculously strong, very, very good fire rate, and basically like having a submachine gun as a secondary, and just something that absolutely wrecked people for a long time, and annoyed a hell of a lot of people when you come up against a sniper. They'd miss their sniper shot and they'd whip this thing out, and you could just mow people down extremely easily. So number 4, a beast of a machine pistol, the CAP-40. At number 3, I've decided to go with the MP9 from Modern Warfare 3. I've just got a really, really good memory of this pistol. Now, when I went back to use it, it did feel like it had a little bit more recoil than I remember, but this thing is still extremely strong. It's basically like a submachine gun with a little less ammunition, and a lot of people used to run this. You did have the FMGs in Modern Warfare 3, and they felt a little bit cheap, a little bit overpowered, but the MP9 was something that I kind of felt just really, really got the job done. I could happily just run around with this as a primary, in fact, and it did really well, especially with a suppressor as well. So if you're going to try and go for a stealth game style, then you'd be good with this. And of course, having a strong automatic, or should I say machine pistol, means that you don't really have to run scavenger if you're running a run and gun game style. You can definitely rely on this to be a good backup, and not just something that you pull out in an emergency. You can really take down people at close range. So it was just a great all-round machine pistol, and almost as good as the primary. So number 3 for me is the MP9 from Modern Warfare 3. At number 2, I've decided to go with the M93 Raffica from Modern Warfare 2. Now, everyone knows this was just so strong. There were other strong machine pistols and pistols in Modern Warfare 2, but this was such a deadly one burst. Not only because, 99% of the time it would kill in one burst, but it had extremely good range. It had barely any recoil, and it would kill people over a very, very long range. Almost as good as running an assault rifle, a burst fire assault rifle, that is. It's just had a slightly smaller magazine, so it's hard to kind of think of what they were thinking when they did some of these Modern Warfare 2 secondaries and how they were kind of thinking it would balance, but it doesn't matter in this countdown. All I know is it was a beast. It was one of my favourites. I loved it akimbo. It was great. Also, even if you didn't run it akimbo with any attachments, suppressor, extended mags, red dot, all of them were great, and it was definitely one of my favourite secondaries of all time. That's why it's high on this countdown. So number 2, the Rafficas from Modern Warfare 2. And at number 1, what else could it be other than the Desert Eagle from COD4? What an absolute beast this thing was. Not really if you balanced it up against some of these other guns in the countdown. It might not fare too well in terms of power. I mean, it didn't have really incredible range. It had a lot of recoil, but damn, did it sound beast. And oh my word, it dealt a lot of damage. You could drop people in 2 shots with this thing at close range, and it was just cool. It had the cool factor, and not every gun has the cool factor on a level of the Desert Eagle. It is just such a beast. It's a high caliber pistol. It was in some of the other Call of Duties as well, but COD4 is where it all started, so that's the one I've included in this countdown. And you could also get it gold in that game as well. There wasn't many gold guns, but you could get the gold Desert Eagle, so that was another thing that made it even cooler. Really high damage, awesome sound, and you just felt like an absolute beast when using it. So my number 1 pistol is the Desert Eagle from COD4. So that's it for my top 5 all-time Call of Duty pistols. I hope you enjoyed the countdown. And don't forget to leave a comment down below with any of the pistols that you think I should have put in the countdown. Put in your top 5 perhaps. Any little hidden gems that we forgot about that maybe weren't that great, but just guns that you love to use. Feel free to leave them in the comments down below. So that's it for now. Don't forget to check out some of my other top 5 Call of Duty videos that I've done recently. Just go to my channel and check the uploads. They're all there. And I'll see you soon.